Here's Will Lutz ready to get this one started. And we are underway from the Superdome. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. They'll try and start this drive in the air. They'll set up the screen now to Kamara. And they'll be stopped at the 28. On a play that started at the 14, they pick up 14.
And as you're game planning as a staff, you go through all the different ways you can neutralize the other guy's pass rushers. Extra linemen, leave a tight end in, bring the running backs back in the block. Or you can do this, a little simple screen pass, and it works to perfection.
The first carry now. This is Alvin Kamara. And he stopped immediately there. 2nd and 10. The play action fake. They'll look to throw. They'll get this out to Kamara. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. They'll wind up getting 10 back as that sets him up for 3rd down.
Well, we know he can run the football too, but he's a good pass catcher, and that's been on display here, Charles, on this opening drive.
And we certainly have seen the benefits of what he did in the offseason, which was spend more time with wide receivers, working on routes, working on cuts, in order to make himself a more complete running back and even more of a threat downfield.
Oh, into a sea of defenders and intercepted. Picked up by Caden Stearns.
And he takes this one back into the end zone. And the Bronco defense has a touchdown.
So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick 6. And now the kick is away.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. They had the auspicious beginning to the season, a first drive turnover. Now they'll try again here, 1st and 10.
And he finds enough of an opening to get this one back up to his 20. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, you often say that sort of opens the playbook now, 2nd and short. What do you think, early shot here?
I like where you're going. Obviously, we've been together for a while because you know me. I want to take that shot early and loosen things up.
2nd down, and it's Kamara again.
And they'll get him down here at the 23.
They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a 1st down.
Sometimes I get almost mesmerized watching these runners who have great vision. You know, those eyes that carry their feet to open spaces, make people miss. I just love watching those guys go to work.
Now some movement before the snap. And we'll hear from our referee for the first time this afternoon.
The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15.
Now back to throw. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
Boy, that ball's just hanging up there, waiting to be intercepted. That looked doomed from the start, but they took the deep shot anyway, and fortunately, it winds up incomplete.
So they'll come up after the incompletion for 2nd down. From the gun, it's a run for Kamara. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
Backed up here, tough spot, needing 11 yards to pick up the first.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw.
The throwing left sideline there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they've moved the ball okay here in these first two drives, but this one's going to, again, amount to nothing. They've got to start dialing up some plays that allow them to finish drives with points.
Well, let's see how the offense still out there. They elect to go on 4th and 11. They're going to try and throw. Pass to the sideline and pulled in. And he'll be out of bounds right at the 40. A curious decision to go for it, but it pays off with a first down. I don't know if I agree with that. I guess they don't care if I agree with that. But, boy, you have to be surprised by that, right?
I definitely was surprised that they decided to go for it in this situation. But they must have either felt like they either had a great play call on or they're trying to show extreme confidence.
And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earned a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
Now a throw for the left sideline, and he's got it. And this is going to be another first down as they'll make the tackle at the Broncos' 45-yard line. They give him 14 yards that time and a fresh set of downs. So a 1st and 10 now in Denver territory at the 45-yard line. They'll look to throw again. Got a man complete to Cedric Wilson. Oh, an absolutely filthy juke. He's got some space now. Touchdown, New Orleans. Ced Wilson, 45 yards. And the Saints are an extra point away from drawing level. Solid response that time by a young quarterback. Last drive, interception. This drive, the touchdown pass.
I like how you described it, solid, because you don't get extra kudos for bouncing back if you're going to be a big-time quarterback. You're supposed to do that. But at the same time, when you're a rookie, that's not guaranteed, is it? Sometimes they hang their heads and they go in the tank a little bit. Not in this case. Bounced back, took his team downfield, and threw a touchdown pass.
So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. Now this will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. Here's Phillips, throwing to start the drive. Got his man, it's Dulcich. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. Here's a quick throw caught out wide. Rookie to rookie on the hook up there, and it's a first down. A nice completion there for the first down. And, Charles, you think about the quarterbacks of recent vintage that have been thrust into action week one. It's no guarantee of future success, but we sure have seen some good ones.
We certainly have, partner. How about Joe Burrow with the Bengals in 2020? He was excellent. Kyler Murray with the Cardinals. The best part about his game has his team right on the brink of the playoffs. And Deshaun Watson has won division titles after having started from day one.
And he'll work this forward for about 3 at second down. Well, they'll come up 2nd and 7. Now they'll change things up. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Phillips. That's caught. It's Marvin Mims. And this is going to be another first down as the tackle's made at the Saints' 43. A good pickup there at 22. But give the rookie another one on this opening drive and a first down with it. A nice start, Charles, for the first-year passer. He's come out, made a few plays, nice plays to begin this contest.
He certainly has. And if he finishes off this drive with a touchdown pass, I vote we don't call him rookie anymore. We'll move him right to veteran and continue from
there. He goes left side. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out.
Chewing up big yardage. Another nice gain there. This one goes for 20. This is shaping up to be a really nice-looking drive to get the season underway here.
And how long do you think that they actually have been plotting this drive? I'm talking about the coaching staff, right? They've been thinking about this for a while now, and I think they're executing it even better than what they expected.
2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. They'll run. It's McLaughlin. And it'll be a minimum pickup here as it will take us to the end of the first quarter. 7-7, our score after 1. A long way to go here on 3rd down for the 8th play of the drive. On the handoff, McLaughlin. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now. The kick by Lutz is good. And they take the lead here now at 10-7. So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number 1. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
The Saints offense on the field, ready to get their drive started.
Well, this offense, Charles, remember the last time they were out here, marched it nearly the full length of the football field, and a lot of the attack went through the air, so now they're seeing if they can duplicate that performance.
Okay, if I show my age a little bit, partner, because I can hear my high school coach, John Ford. I can hear his voice in my head. Laddie, when you put the ball in the air, 3 things can happen, and 2 of them are bad. But the way the game's being played now, this is just part of what they do, so I don't think they should change anything at all. They've been dominant. Keep throwing it around.
Meanwhile, the throw here is complete. And from the 25, they work this to the 29, a gain of 4.
4 yards on the pickup.
2nd and 6. He completes it to Olave. He's to the 15. Touchdown, New Orleans. Chris Olave, 71 yards. And the Saints have taken the lead.
As a fan, is there anything prettier than a well-executed post route?
No, it's a thing of beauty, especially when it's done like that for a touchdown.
The throw, the catch, and how about the run after to get it to the end zone?
Extra point by York is up and good. And the lead is now 14-10. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They finished off their opening drive of the campaign with a field goal on the last drive. Now they'll search for a touchdown here on this go-around. 1st and 10. Down he goes at the 23, a pickup of 4.
Not your conventional play call, but that's okay. You probe the defense a little bit with some of everything in your playbook. That way they have to account for everything as the game moves on.
2 minutes gone by, 2nd quarter. Phillips. Off play action. Oh, and a bad throw there. It's intercepted. Jonathan Abram picks it. And they will finally put it into the return, but not until he takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. That's not one that he's going to want to remember, but he had to get it out of the way at some point, his first career interception.
And if he's the guy that they think he is, he's not laughing it off, but he's also not going to let it affect him as the game proceeds. He's going to go back out there, still be the same confident kid, the reason that they drafted him, and go out and play.
And he'll be brought down right on the edge of the goal line at about the 1-yard line. Second and 1. To the goal line, but it's incomplete.
The way he's been slinging it in the first half, you expect everything he throws to go for a touchdown, but I guess he's going to have to wait to try and pick up that third, isn't he?
Yeah, I thought he had him for a second, but you're right, not to be. A big play if you think about it right now in this season opener. It's 3rd and goal. And he is in for the score. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great play there. Now with his 3rd touchdown in his first ever NFL game, as his guys are able to extend their lead. That touchdown, Charles, the first rushing TD of his rookie year.
I don't know that he's going to be Lamar Jackson or Russell Wilson or Josh Allen at this stage of his career, but he's got youth on his side. Those young legs, he put them to good use there, didn't he?
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And we'll see if they can bounce back from that last drive. In particular, if they can bounce back at the quarterback position, Charles, after throwing their first interception of the ball game.
Yeah, and some guys, you know they're going to want to try and get a big play right away and take control back. Others, they're going to want to look to hit a couple shorter passes, get a little momentum back that way.
But for the defense, that goal's not changing a bit. They want another pick.
You're exactly right about that. In fact, you've got to watch them a little bit because in coverage, they may cut down their gaps a little bit, maybe their splits a little bit in order to try and get to the ball even faster.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd and short, they'll try and pick it up through the air.
He had a man open, but he missed him, and it's incomplete.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about, and you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent, and that allows you to make a play on it, and oftentimes knock it away.
And how about this one now? In their own territory, a gutsy call. They're going to go for this on 4th and a yard. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have a Broncos first down. As they'll wind up getting close to 10 yards there, and they only needed 1 on 4th and 1. Looking to throw. Phillips. And the Saints pressure gets him. Brought down for a sack. It'll be a loss of 10. And it'll bring up 2nd.
But you just knew that these rushers were eager to do that today. Put him on the ground. Their plan, introduce themselves individually to this rookie quarterback. They said hello to big way there with a loss of double-digit yards on that sack.
Oh, and his early struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked off by the Honey Badger, Tyrann Mathieu. 2nd interception for him now here in this first half. And you got to think he's a rookie, Charles. How much does confidence start to become a factor?
I think that's a great question because that's what they're going to check on when he gets to the sidelines. The coach is going to check on it. His teammate's going to check on it because when you haven't done it before, it's not something that's part of you.
you got to see how you're going to react. Let's see how he bounces back.
Yeah, because 2 interceptions for him in college and a half. I mean, that just didn't happen. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28.
What a way to start a drive. An excellent run, a tone setter, and now, if you want to take a shot on second down and go play action and make it look like the same exact play and throw it over the top, you can do so because you've established the run in a big way.
They try to throw on second down, but this one is incomplete. 1:58 left to play till we hit halftime. They tried to throw on second down, unsuccessful. Now it's 3rd and 1. They'll look to throw here. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown, Saints. Two-two-out run. 28 yards. And the Saints are looking good here in the season opener as they're able to extend their lead. Well, it's only week 1, CD, but right now this offense, they look in mid-season form.
And what we're seeing is the benefits of all their dedication in the offseason. OTAs, mini camps, preseason, you name it, they did it. All that work and preparation, we're seeing them play really well right now. They're making it all pay off.
This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves. And for the 3rd time here in this half, it's intercepted. Picked off by Marshawn Lattimore. Certainly not what he was hoping for, Charles. That's now 3 interceptions in this ball game.
But there's a lot of knowledge to be gleaned every time you throw an interception if you do things the right way. And hasn't there been a pretty darn good quarterback along the way who threw a lot of interceptions early, learned from them, and became great later?
Who would that be?
That'd be one Peyton Manning. Threw 28 his rookie year. That's the NFL record. How'd things turn out for him?
I think okay. And now this is intercepted. My goodness. And now off to the races, down the right side.
I believe this is what you would call growing pains here, partner, because this defense obviously took the challenge facing the rookie, and they wanted to help indoctrinate him to the NFL. So now the big question is, can he answer that challenge and rebound with plenty of time remaining in this game?
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. Short throw caught by Dulcich. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. Now you've got to hustle your guys to the line and get them set. Now Phillips looking to throw on second down. That's into the hands of McLaughlin. And all the way home for a Broncos score. Jaleel McLaughlin. 38 yards. And the Broncos get a late score here in the final minute of the first half. Lutz good on the extra point. And the lead is down to 11 at 28-17. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And we'll see how this is played. Offensively, they've got the lead. Not a whole lot of time left. What do you think, Charles?
Well, it's tempting to try and add to your lead. But a mistake there can change things in a big way. I say go ahead, take the knee, get on out for the half.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. He finds his man Johnson. And he'll be out of bounds, but able to get it up past the 45. The Saints passing game in sync and moving the football. It's a first down. They'll set up to throw. And that went too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Meanwhile, this one knocked down in the backfield. It's incomplete.
Well, already seen him catch a few passes out of the backfield in the first half. Unable to connect on that one.
Certainly seems like getting him the ball out of the passing game, though, is part of their game plan.
It certainly is because he catches it well, creates a mismatch. You're going to cover him with a linebacker, a corner, a safety. They feel like he can win every battle.
Touchdown! Juwan Johnson as the first half is winding down. And the Saints would extend their lead here just before halftime. So on this drive, the rookie leads him into the end zone, Charles, and that helps cancel out the points that were created on the previous drive when he threw the interception.
Yeah, let's give some credit to this rookie because instead of hanging his head after his mistake leads to a touchdown, he comes back out and he's firing and made up for it right there. A well-executed series helps reestablish some confidence in him to run this offense.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And the ball backed way up, so thinking with this amount of time on the clock, probably just sit on it, and we'll see these two teams go to the lockers.
Yeah, I don't think you want to overthink it in this situation. Either side of the ball. Just go ahead and finish up the half and get on out and talk about it.
Good yardage there on first down. Exactly what you want. Get yourself set up to keep making first downs, keep the clock running. And if they're smart, you're starting to milk the clock. No hurry before you run your second down play.
Now an option play on second down. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. A final shot before break. Phillips trying to lay one up deep. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Picked off by Paulson Adebo. And the Saints are going to get the football back as time will run out in this third quarter of play. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the third quarter.
Cade York to kick off.
We'll see if week 1 fatigue becomes any kind of a factor as we are back underway in the second half. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. They look up at the scoreboard, facing that deficit. A 3-score game, Charles, but look, there's plenty of time to go here. The old football cliche that comes to my mind is you can't get it all back at once. They probably need something, though, out of this drive, at least 3 points.
Are you trying to say that there's no 3-score drive on that play sheet for any of those coordinators. They just don't have it, right? You're trying to get it all back. You know you can't get it back in one drive, but maybe cut into it a little bit as you just suggested. Try and create a little bit of momentum, a little bit of a spark, and then maybe that'll carry over.
And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And what else could go wrong at this point? This is going to be a defensive touchdown as they keep piling it on. Once that ball was loose, the question was, would this be 2 or would it be 6? It's 6. The defense able to pounce on it.
And for the offense, the training didn't really kick in, did it? Once that ball comes loose, you've got to get on it, make sure that you recover it, or make sure you punch it out of the end zone. Anything but give it to the defense to score a touchdown.
Extra point by York is up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. So here's the kickoff now as they'll get it again following that fumble return for a score. This will be returned from deep in the end zone. And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here, maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around. He's got a man, complete! And he'll be brought down just shy of midfield at the 49-yard line. A huge play there for Denver, 42 yards.
At this point on the field, a lot of play callers have a little trepidation. They're just thinking about running off tackle, quarterback sneaks, anything to try and create a little bit of room. But those aggressive play callers, they think to themselves, this is the right place to take a shot. And they do, and boy, are they successful.
A pass there complete to Sutton. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Another completion there. You know, we think about the draft back in the spring. He was selected, obviously, the #1 overall pick. There's great money with that, but, Charles, I would think maybe an extra burden, too, or is that not that big of a deal at all?
It actually is in the beginning of his career an added burden, but it's one of those things that if you play well, it becomes something that justifies why you were taken #1. You're fine with that. If you don't play well, it can be an albatross.
5th catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Well, still in the 3rd quarter here. Now, you look at the scoreboard, that deficit probably a little too much to overcome, but completions like that may be something to build on for future weeks.
Yeah, it's all about ending things on a strong note here, isn't it? Because my mindset is it's a new ball game from here to the end. Make sure it's a good one and close it out.
And he takes it down to the 10-yard line.
Well, they've certainly had their share of troubles running the football in this one, but this play is almost an extension of the running game right here. They set up the screen, let him work out in space on the perimeter, and he turns it into a big pickup.
Now they've got 3 tight ends here on 1st and goal to add some extra mass. The give is to McLaughlin. And this play doesn't go anywhere. Backwards, losing yardage to the 11. It's a loss of a yard there, and it's 2nd down.
I know they'd love to take some heat off of that young quarterback, but so far, not much in the running game, and this won't help things either. A loss on that play.
So they get pushed back to the 11, and here's 2nd and goal. Got a man, and he hits him in stride. Able to get 9 out of that pitch and catch, but now 3rd and goal. Looking to speed things up here, going with some tempo. A 2-yard touchdown grab. And the Broncos get a bit closer. Lutz with the extra point. And that'll cut the lead down to 18. I guess the last score wasn't enough for them. They want more. Here comes an onside kick. The Broncos say they have it. They do. Well, I guess they felt like they needed something to get them going. Maybe you wait for this type of a play, but they try the onside kick, and it works.
I'm starting to wonder if the analytics coach is starting to get involved in the football nowadays. When you see this type of play made, this type of a risk taken, sometimes there's a different influences going into the head coach's ear.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Okay, so roughing the passer, and I've got to imagine that's the last thing you want to see week 1 as your quarterback taking an unnecessary hit.
I think you're exactly right about that. You hate it any week, but boy, are you on target. This is a unit that's depending on him to take him through 17 games, so you definitely can't let him get hurt right now.
The penalty moves him into the red zone here on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Phillips. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete.
With a rookie quarterback out there, you're definitely going to find out how he handles adversity, because this one so far hasn't gone according to plan. He's got to fight through it and show him what he's made of.
2nd and 10, 3rd quarter of the season opener. A carry from McLaughlin. And it's out. He put it on the carpet. But it looks like one of the DBs has it. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back. Well, if these guys wanted to get back in this game, they needed an almost perfect second half, and down 3 scores. A lost fumble here certainly doesn't fit into that plan.
That reminds me of my plan in college to get an A on the papers I turned in, but that didn't work out too well either. Too many mistakes by both of us. I mean, that's just pure and simple. And that's why that's exactly where they are in this ball game. They're going to need a huge turnaround if they want to try and win this one.
That's complete to his running back, Kamara. And he's taken down, but not before he gets this across the 25-yard line. Right off the bat, it's a first down to start the drive, 12 yards. Well, looks like they'll move things around here. They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Alvin Kamara reeling it in on back-to-back plays. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. That one goes for 30 yards. He'll look to throw. On the check down, he finds Kamara. He'll get it to the 40. He broke a tackle there, but couldn't get much further. And now it looks like they're going to be in the hurry-up. They'll stick with the passing game as he looks to throw. And his throw is incomplete. Not his best throw there, but where we sit right now in the 3rd quarter, he's had a pretty good game throwing the football.
He certainly has, and it's not exactly at the point where we're doing 4-minute offense yet, but they've got to think about, I'm not going to say milking the clock, but understanding clock management here on out.
The first down line at the 34 here on 3rd down. They'll run out of the gun with Kamara. And a good push up front, and he's able to navigate his way down inside the 30. The Saints first down there on a gain of 11.
Some big plays in the passing game on this drive, and here's one out of the running game. So the passing game loosening things up. Now there's room to roam.
And he will slide to a hold at the end of that one. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. And he'll get this one underneath to Kamara. So a good spin move there before he's taken down. A nice little gain. That was play number 7 on this drive, and it got him 7 yards. A nice throw right there, and these fans getting their first look at their QB1 of the future. And I'd imagine it's got to be a big plus for him to get his first start here in front of that home. That is caught by Olave. Touchdown, New Orleans. A great effort there. Already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Saints are able to extend their lead in the final seconds of this third quarter. The York on now for the extra point. And they open the lead up now to 25 points. York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. He will return this from deep in the end zone. And he will be taken down here on the return on what will wind up being the final play of this third quarter. We are through three quarters here on NFL Kick. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. And they knew coming in that this would be a tough place to go in and win a season opener. But this has just been a performance, to be frank, not to be proud of here as they trail big in this fourth quarter. And now a throw on first down there, but it's incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
Here's a throw right side taken in by his tight end. And he works it across the 25 before being tackled. Fifth catch of the afternoon, and that gives him a first down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Same connection, Dulcich once again. So give him 5 yards there on the pitch and catch, and it'll be second down. On the ground, here's McLaughlin. There he goes, right side. He may go. And he is into the end zone for a Denver touchdown. Jaleel McLaughlin, already his second touchdown here in this opening weekend. And the Broncos are able to make some inroads here to that deficit.
Well, I guess when you look back on it, it was just a matter of time until he popped a big one like that. And, you know, at halftime, you and I discussed it. They had done a nice job on him.
And now here is another interception. Jonathan Abram picks it. After the touchdown, Lutz to kick it off. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And he will be brought down here inside the 20. Good coverage as he's dropped at the 17. The Saints offense on the field ready to get their drive started. And this is really the start to the season that you're hoping for if you're a coach or a player. They've got the big lead here in the fourth quarter and now can really take some time off the clock. And he's going to be intercepted for the third time thus far. Now he's hit on the return. It's a loose football. And the Saints will take over here as they get it up to the 43-yard line. And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Phillips now throwing to start the drive. Quick hitter here. It's complete. It'll be a gain of 5, and that's going to bring up second down. You got the big lead defensively. Willing to give them that underneath stuff, right?
And this is why you work on your tackling. Tackle them after the catch, inbounds, keep the clock running. Just go ahead and bleed the game out that way.
And oh my goodness, here's a 5th interception. Picked up by Marshawn Lattimore. And the Saints are going to get the football here at their own 40-yard line. Getting set for their next drive, the New Orleans offense. And after the interception, they are sitting in an even better spot with the ball and a comfortable fourth quarter lead. Only able able to gain a couple there, and it's second down.
A nice throw there. We've seen a lot of those from this young man. How would you assess, Charles, his first start thus far?
I think it's been everything that they could have asked for because he's handled all the basic things quite well.
The ball is out. Kamara fumbled it. Oh, and one of the linemen on the other side has got it.
And they'll set up shop right near midfield at the 49-yard line.
Do you remember in preseason we were going to the different training camps and visiting teams, and we always would see the running backs working out and going through those gauntlet drills,
Yep.
and, you know, guys either slapping at the ball or the machines. You got to learn to take care of it.
Yeah, they lost it. And he's taken down here by the Saints. And the offense moving quickly to the line. To throw is Phillips. To throw on second down.
Looks to the sideline and has Mims, who makes a catch.
That one covers 24 yards. It's a first down.
A three-score game here late. You can probably rule out the comeback, but certainly some kind of a moral victory to be had if they can get a few more points to close things out. And to that end, a nice pass play there to push things downfield.
Yeah, and we know in this league, a loss is a loss, and no one wants anything to count as a moral victory or, boy, something that feels a little bit cheap. But they trim that lead down to just 2 scores. That's still a benefit to this squad.
Throw over the middle, taken in by Dulcich.
And he gets halfway there from the 6 to the 3 on a gain of 3.
Obviously, this has not been a banner game throwing the football. So what you got to do, you got to kind of down focus, don't you think? Find the tight end, take some easier completions.
Yeah, interception last drive. There he hits the reliable target.
McLaughlin will take it in. Touchdown, Denver. Well, they needed 3 scores to have any chance. There's the first of the 3 as they get into the end zone.
Yeah, Brandon, I think that our guys at Next Gen Stats in charge of the win probability are probably saying your chances still aren't great. But now, you still got more than 3 minutes to go. You got to focus on the task at hand, which is going to be getting the football back as quickly as possible.
And now the offense is going to stay out there as the Broncos will go for 2. That's caught, and he's going to get in. So they're back within 11. And, of course, on the 2-point try, had the option to run or pass. They pass it there, and it works.
Felt pretty straightforward, didn't it? An open receiver, ball's put on him, 2 points for them.
2 scores down, 3 timeouts left. Still a chance if they can somehow get this one back. And the Saints hands team able to rein this one in. Well, 4th quarter, they felt like they needed the football back. Unfortunately, they couldn't get it.
And I know we brought analytics into the game, and someone has said here that the data says that when a team's expecting an onside kick, 80% of the time, the team expecting it, they do actually recover the ball, which is what we saw here. I just wonder if that number is much more of a anecdotal type of a number. Kind of like when the coaches tell us, well, when you score on special teams, 93% of the time you win the game. I'm still waiting to see that number is empirical.
They'll look to throw here on first down. Caught by Wilson. And they'll work this down to the 15 for a pickup of 4. Now the Broncos are going to call the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this.
Coming up on the final 2.5 minutes. And boy, has it been fun to watch this offense operate. Quite the display, and now they look to polish it off.
And able to get him down, but he does reach the 5. And this defense here going to burn their second timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. A good chance now to put this game on ice. This is 1st and goal. Try to pound it in, Kamara. And he takes it across and into the end zone. Touchdown, Saints. Alvin Kamara, a 5-yard touchdown run. And the Saints are closing in on a winning start to the year as they extend their 4th quarter lead.
some good running there at the end of the drive. He had the burst that set up the 1st and goal, and then one play later, he's in the end zone.
Brandon, what I liked about that sequence is I'm not sure who made the play call, but they understood the situation, understood the momentum. A nice hard-charging run, give it right back to him, and let him cap things off.
York ready, and here we go as he sends this one away. Well, from deep in the end zone, he's going to bring this out. And he's probably realizing he should have stayed in the end zone as he can only muster a return to the 14-yard line.
In this position, trying to get back into the game, teams are looking for a spark from their special teams. That's not what they got, though. They got a setback, and they have a long field to cover if they want to try and put points on the board.
Denver offense at the line, ready to go. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
We'll see what they have drawn up here. A little bit behind the line. 12 yards needed to gain a 1st down.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they're going to stop him short of the 1st down as he's tackled at about the 21. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. And he's brought down. Can't do anything with a football. It's a sack and a turnover on downs.
Line of scrimmage, the 15. It's 1st and 10.
That one looks like he'll throw here. Toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
Oh, I like the calmness of how he played the ball here. No panic in his eyes as that throw arrived. Tracked it from the moment it left the quarterback's hand, and that's just where he needed to be to knock it away.
Here's 2nd and 10. And now an audible here into something else. They'll get this out to Kamara.
Touchdown, Saints.
Alvin Kamara.
Already his 2nd touchdown here in this opening weekend.
And the Saints are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Yet another touchdown in what has just been a high-scoring affair, a fun one to watch. And it's the rookie quarterback, Charles, coming through with yet another touchdown pass to pad the lead.
Did we come into this game where defense was optional? Because it certainly feels that way, right? But when you look at the scoreboard, this rookie, he has his team moving at a little bit quicker pace than his opponents. The entire offense is going to get plenty of praise, but I think these coaches have to be especially happy with what their quarterback has done.
And no chance to get away as they'll get him down at about the 17-yard line. The Broncos onto the field, ready to start their next drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6.
Not a ton of room available on that one, but he made use of what space was available and gained decent yardage.
Here's McLaughlin.
He's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield.
That's a play to take note of there for the defense. I think in the future, if you're going to try and block him, maybe you get a guard to help double team him and try and steer him out of the play. They should have done it on that snap.
The decision made for them. They've got to go. It's 4th down.
As expected, they're going for it to keep the drive alive.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete.
They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. Here's Phillips on 1st down.
And this one complete again to Mims.
And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. They're going to hurry back to the line now. One final shot. They'll look to throw. He finds his man complete. It's McLaughlin. Room here to run. And he's corralled, but not before getting it inside the 35.